Go check on some. Go check on some of my granny. Y'all know where Lil P was at? On my granny, no capping. No capping. No capping. No capping. F*** y'all talking about. Go check on something. Niggas crying. Niggas just was trolling, nigga. Niggas crying, nigga. F*** you talking about, nigga. Stop playing, nigga. This the real, like, this ain't no fucking game.
In the world of diss music, diss songs, rivalries, and street reputation often blur together. Sometimes the conflicts stay online. Sometimes they stay in the music, but other times they end in real bloodshed. One day in St. Louis, a young rapper walked up to a house. He knocked on the door. Seconds later, gunfire erupted. And the moment it was over, Wopblock J4 was dead. But what happened that night and what followed just days later has many people in St. Louis asking a chilling question. Was that only the beginning? In the St. Louis drill scene, Wopblock J4 was starting to make noise. Known to fans as J4, his real name was Vaughn. Like many young artists in the drill culture, his music reflected the streets around him. Raw, aggressive, unfiltered. He was connected to the growing movement of St. Louis drill artists, including the buzzing rapper Mo P. For fans of the local scene, J4 represented a rising voice, but behind the music, there were tensions, rivalries, and the kind of online disputes that often spill far beyond the internet. Because in the drill world, disrespect rarely stays digital. Late February, South 13th Street, in the Peabody neighborhood of St. Louis, the streets were quiet that day, until a doorbell camera captured something that was soon spread across the internet. The video begins with a figure approaching a house. It's J4. He walks up to the doorstep, knocks on the door, then waits. Only seconds pass before the door opens, but instead of a conversation, gunfire erupts almost immediately. Shots ring out at point-blank range. The door closes, and just like that, the young rapper collapses outside. By the time it was over, Wopblock J4 was dead.
And one man is dead after a shooting this morning. District 3 officers responded to a shooting on the 1200 block of South 13th Street around 11 a.m. A man was found critically injured and taken to the hospital where he later died. St. Louis police said the homicide division has been requested and is investigating the murder.
The doorbell camera footage quickly made its way online. Clips spread across social media. Memes began circulating. Some people analyzed every second of the video. Others argued about what they believed happened. But one thing became clear almost immediately. Authorities believe the shooting may have been self-defense. According to reports, J4 had allegedly approached the home of someone considered an opponent. When the door opened, the man inside fired. And as shocking as the footage looked, no charges were filed, at least not at first. The St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office said the case was still under review. Police asked the public for tips, but the streets were already forming their own opinions. The shooter being J4's rival named...
There had to be, based upon, I'm sure, witness testimony or statements, something more to this.
But first on Fox, a deadly shooting caught on camera. But the man police had in custody is let go with no charges. This all comes just days after a 19-year-old was killed in the Peabody neighborhood of St. Louis. The whole incident was recorded, leaving some to wonder why no charges have been filed. Fox 2's Chad Mira reports, all new at 10.
The shooting out here on South 13th Street was all caught very clearly on camera. However, the circuit attorney declined to press charges, raising new questions about what led up to that shooting. A shocking video online shows the moment 19-year-old St. Louis rapper J4 was gunned down in a rival's front yard on Saturday.
There had to be, based upon, I'm sure, witness testimony or statements, something more to this.
We can't show you the video here, but it shows almost immediately after J4 knocked on a door, a person came out with a gun and started shooting. A suspect was detained that weekend, but Fox 2 has confirmed that person has been released with no charges. Some people commenting online say this was self-defense. We showed the video to defense attorney Joel Schwartz for a legal perspective.
In a vacuum, it does not appear to be reasonable self-defense. However, that's without knowing any of the factors surrounding the incident that occurred.
The day of the shooting, our crews noticed bullet holes in the alleged shooter's windows. Schwartz says Missouri has some of the strongest self-defense laws in the country, and even prior threats could be relevant. We asked Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore's office why there haven't been charges despite the video evidence. They sent a statement saying, quote, "Our attorneys carefully review the facts and evidence in each case and make charging decisions based on the law and the facts."
It hurt because I was his mentee and I wish I was there for him.
Tavon Brooks met J4 a little over a year ago. He says the feud between rappers shows kids need more programs and activities.
Not once a week, daily. Because in the case of J4, if he had it daily, he probably would have been focused on his passion.
But for now, he's reserving judgment on the circuit attorney's decision and is instead focused on honoring J4.
He was a happy child, very compassionate, very involved, very loved music. He loved his family.
Both the Circuit Attorney's Office and SLMPD are asking for more tips in this investigation. We have their contact information on fox2now.com.
Just days later, another violent scene unfolded in St. Louis, March 4th, an alley just off Arsenal Street. Surveillance cameras captured a vehicle pulling into an apartment building parking lot. For about 20 seconds, nothing unusual happened. Then,
Second St. Louis rapper is killed in a matter of days. Police say one rapper was killed in a self-defense shooting last month on South 13th Street in the LaSalle Park neighborhood. And 4 days later, a 20-year-old rapper was shot and killed outside an apartment in South St. Louis. Fox News' Chad Mira reports some people think these two cases could be related.
This shooting out here on Arsenal was also caught on camera, and it shows a lot of shots being fired. Some of the damage you can still see out here today, from a windshield being busted to bullet holes in the side of this building, even a window now taped up from a shot. Several shots erupting in an alley just off of Arsenal on March 4th.
We may see a lot of bodies dropping just from this.
Breaking Generational Poverty Foundation's founder, Precious Jones, warns this could be a start of a violent summer. In this surveillance video, a vehicle pulls in. Just 20 seconds later, the shooting begins. 5 shell casings sitting on top of a nearby car in the parking lot today. In the car with his girlfriend, witnesses say the victim, 20-year-old Abdule Campbell, never made it out of the vehicle. Neighbors want to know why this happened, describing him as a nice, respectable young man. Speculation spreading that this could have been retaliation for a different shooting he didn't commit.
They take it from social media and take it to the streets.
Fox 2 has learned Campbell was a local rapper with ties to a man involved in this viral shooting caught on doorbell video. That shooter was released for self-defense, sparking comments, memes, and new rap songs online. Jones says social media is out of control.
This side got more kills. You know, we got to get more kills in this side. And in reality, that is not the way to go, because obviously we are losing too many of our youth.
St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore talked to us last week after the first shooting went viral.
There's better ways and more productive ways and less destructive ways to resolve conflicts. And that's something that we as a community have to continue to work on.
Neither one of the young men deserve to die, and it's not okay. It's not okay. Like, walk away. Somebody has to be the peacemaker.
SLMPD says it's still early in the investigation and they're uncomfortable confirming any connections between the two cases. In South St. Louis, Chad Mira, Fox 2 News.
neighbors say Campbell was sitting in a car with his girlfriend when the attack happened. He never even had the chance to step outside the vehicle. Witnesses described him as respectful, quiet, someone who stayed out of trouble. But investigators quickly discovered something unsettling. Campbell himself had no connection to the earlier shooting that killed J4. However, he was believed to be an acquaintance of the man who fired the shots that day on the doorstep. And that detail changed everything, because suddenly the possibility of revenge entered the conversation.
Go check on some. Go check on some of my granny. Y'all know where Lil P was at? On my granny, no capping. No capping. No capping. No capping. F y'all talking about. Go check on something. Niggas crying. Niggas just was trolling, nigga. Niggas crying, nigga. F you talking about, nigga. Stop playing, nigga. This real, like, this ain't no fucking game.
Days after the shooting, evidence still littered the scene. bullet holes in nearby buildings, a shattered windshield, a window taped up after gunfire ripped through it, shell casings resting on top of a vehicle in the parking lot. The violence has spilled into the open, and many in the community began to fear something bigger was unfolding. Precious Jones warned that the situation could spiral quickly. Her words were chilling. She said the city could be headed toward a dangerous summer, one where bodies start dropping, because when retaliation begins, it rarely stops with one person. Was the Arsenal Street shooting retaliation? Was Campbell targeted simply because of who he knew? Or is there an entirely different story that hasn't surfaced yet? Right now, no one outside the investigation knows for sure. 2 young men are now dead, Wopblock J4 and Abdule Campbell. Neither death has fully closed the chapter on what happened. Investigators are still searching for answers. The community is still asking questions, and the streets of St. Louis remain tense. Because in the world where music, social media, and street conflicts... Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the crazy story of, the alleged retaliation get back for the murder of J4. Hey man, St. Louis, they going up, man. It's about to get real dangerous out there. Hey man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!